On today's episode, we are going to be making over this water closet or toilet room, or it's the first bathroom that I've done anything with in my new home. I do have some other bathroom makeovers planned with really fun ideas, but I just thought this would be really fun if you have like a half bath or similar situation, to give you some ideas of what you could do on a budget and make it look amazing. So I wanted to take this opportunity because we are putting in a smart toilet in here, and it's going to be much lower profile, so that gives us some opportunities to maybe have a little fun. Also, we have one of those stupid toilet paper holders that like cut out a hole and glue into the wall. I hate them. I think they're ugly, and so we're going to upgrade that. Let me just tell you a little bit about what I have design-wise planned. The first thing that we're going to do is we're gonna do some wallpaper, and this is a pill and stick wallpaper. I think I gave you a sneak peek of it in my recent frame episode. I think this is gonna be so much fun. It's black with creams and greens and all of that. What's really interesting is this wallpaper matches the existing wall color in here really well, which is kind of funny.
It's meant to be.
I knew that I was going to do some kind of wainscoting treatment in here. We're going to do some picture box molding with like a chair rail. It's going to be like the same type of thing that I did in my master bedroom. Because this matches so well with this wallpaper, this color, we're going to just use that color for the wainscoting. I think that will look really good. We could also do the green. I think the green would be a good option, but since I already have some of this kind of taupey tan colored paint, I don't even know the exact paint color. It's color matched, and then if we don't like it, we can always just go ahead and do green and do that. But wallpapering out around a window is kind of tricky, and so I am really considering, and I'm leaning strongly in the direction of framing out the window with trim. That way we don't have to wrap the wallpaper into there. I was like, well, what if we just eliminated that problem by casing out the entire window? However, it's already got some casing right here, and it looks really good. It's not wide enough to just go above, so I'd either need to like make a new seal plate and build it out a little bit and do it that way, which I'm kind of leaning towards, or take it all out and case out the entire window. So now, as you can see, it's already a frosted window. But I thought it would be really fun to give this a try. I saw this on like Instagram. Somebody else had used this window film, and I thought it would be really fun to add a little bit of visual interest with this on the window. And if we don't like it, we can always pull it down. So that's a couple of the things that I've got planned for this little makeover. My goal is to have it looking completely different when we're all done. And I think the first thing that we need to address is whether or not we're going to do the window trim, because that will bleed into the wallpaper. So should we make a decision?
Decisions.
Let's see what we can do. So this is going to be really interesting to film because this is a very small space. I think we need to trim this window out. It will make the wallpaper look better. It will be easier on that. Plus, I think it always looks nice. So we're going to go ahead and score this. And then we're gonna score up here because it's all caulked. Okay, so these are my safety glasses. You can get them on my website, aaliyah.com, and these are tactical grade, ANSI certified 87.1 plus. It means really strong. Plus, they're really cute, and they have blue light protection for, you can wear them while you're doing the computer, but they have like the side panels, all of it. Aren't these cute safety glasses? You don't find these everywhere, so if you want them, they're on my website. You can click on them below. We're gonna protect our eyes while we do a little bit of demo. Nothing crazy here.
I got two.
All right. That does not want to come off. Yeah, dang it. Well, we'll maybe cover that up with some wallpaper, but it's okay, I think. I scored everything, but it's obviously I didn't do a good enough job. Okay. That's a snug fit. That is really in there tight. There we go. I need to do a little cleanup here, but yeah, we'll use this kind of as a template. All right, let's go out in the garage and see what we can find in the way of trim. Hopefully we don't have to go to the home improvement store. That's my goal. Hopefully I have something.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, so I gotta see what I have. This right here could be used for the window seal. Or like on the sides, not the bottom part, but the sides. This is like masonite, and it paints up really beautifully. And it's kind of a longer piece, so we might be able to get the window sealed, and actually it might even be the right width this way. We'll have to see. And I'll see if I've got anything else in here. Okay, even with all of this, I don't have quite what I need for the project, so I'm gonna run to the home improvement store, just make sure that I have everything that I need, so hopefully I don't have to make another one. But yeah, we've gotta go get some stuff. Just heading into my second home. I got some things for this project and some things for a future project. So here's what we got. We're gonna case out the window in this. And then I got this as a chair rail. So that's what we're gonna do. So we are going to cut down this to be like the windowsill liner. And I'm gonna cut it down on my table saw, and oh my word, this is such a mess, but I promise you I could clean this up in like under 30 minutes. It looks really chaotic, but it's not as bad as it really seems. But we are gonna cut it down. Woo! We are going to start the inside of our window casing. I cut down the original like bottom one because it was thicker, and then the side panels are just, we're gonna use the masonite, but because this was kind of uneven and like, I don't know, I just felt like it needed more support here, so I just trimmed it down to the dimensions that we wanted. So here we go. Oh yes, this is all like concrete block construction. So I'm gonna be using liquid nails, and where it has drywall, I'm gonna shoot in a couple of brad nails just to hold it in place while this sets up. This will be just fine. Original windowsill right here that I just cut down, and we're gonna reuse it. I'm not actually gonna nail it because there's nothing to nail it into, and it's really snug. So once we caulk and everything, that will be good enough, I think. Okay, now we just need to do the top piece. That is good. Okay, we're gonna cut out the casing. This is the stuff we just got. And the measurement's 34 3/4 on the inside, so. Okay, hopefully I don't mess this up because I didn't get a lot of extra. This is good, we're gonna nail it into place. my back of the ladder up just a little bit so I can get this in place. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. We got that all trimmed out. It looks so good. So we are going to putty all of the nail holes, and we'll immediately take a wipe and wipe off the excess. This will help us avoid having to sand, and that will allow us to caulk immediately. So once we get those filled, we'll caulk. Look how good that looks. So we're gonna let this dry overnight because it's kind of almost the end of the day. Then we may prime the masonite. A lot of the paints come with primer in them now, so I'm gonna debate that. I may do a quick primer on that, and then we're gonna paint that out in the wall color. And then our plumber or handyman who does like plumbing and electrical work is gonna come and do some electrical. We're getting a smart toilet and he has time to do that tomorrow, so it will just depend on where he starts and what he does first, whether we will do that or not. I'm gonna try to get as much done prior to him doing all of that work. I would love to get this painted and started wallpapering, but we'll just see what we can do. It's the morning time, we're super casual, but I've got my amazing handyman here. They are gonna be helping me out with a couple of different projects, but right now they are doing the smart toilet. We've gotta wire some electrical to be able to plug it in. And so I just decided that I needed to hire somebody who had a little more experience than me to do that, so that's what they're doing. Okay, they're going to remove the old toilet and get ready for the smart toilet.
I'm still a kid trying to act like they all taught me, but nothing makes sense anymore.
Hey, nice. This is the Haro toilet that we're gonna be installing. It's super fancy.
That's fancy. That's fancy.
Oh, it hurts to grow up, 'cause nothing makes sense anymore.
Okay, so they got the plug in, the outlets ready to go. We have not installed the toilet yet. That's because I've got some other jobs that I'm gonna have them work on for a minute while I cut the wood paneling for at least behind the toilet. Maybe not everything, but if I could get the wood paneling up prior to them installing the toilet, that would be really, really awesome. So that's what we're gonna try to do while they're doing some other things. Okay, so I just so happen to have this piece of MDF that was exactly the size that I needed it to be, but it's a little bit too wide. So we're gonna just cut off about 14 inches on this end so it will fit right behind the toilet, and then we'll get this going. Here is our panel, and we just need to cut out a little notch for the pipe and the electrical box. So that's what we're gonna do right now. First thing we're gonna do is kind of balance this on center, and we need to kind of do a round notch out. That should do right there. And then what we need to do is, I'm gonna cheat with this because this is gonna sit on top, and we're gonna go boom, boom. And then we need to do from the edge. Those are cheap measurements. So I'm just gonna line this up with the edge, and that should work out right. start by okay, then we just connect the dots. Bigger drill bit. It's not quite big enough hole. Gotta drill just a slightly bigger hole to be able to get that blade through. So here we go. A little crooked. I don't know if I did that good. Here. We did good. We are going to get on some liquid nails from the wall. I might need to unscrew that a little bit more. Get that on the outside. And it's unfortunately I cut a little bit too much, but once we get the cover on it, I'm hoping that we resolve that. We're gonna make sure that this is level before, and our cut, I think our piece was cut crooked to begin with, so that I'm gonna have to cover up when we, so just a little patching to do, we'll be okay.
'Cause nothing makes sense anymore.
Okay, let's see if we, I done messed up, but it's on there now. All right, we can fix this. I'm gonna go get a drill. So, I'm not sure if a plate will cover that or if I just need a bigger one. Might need to get like a bigger one that's like a little bit more decorative. Okay, now we're gonna do the chair rail. Then we'll do our box molding and caulk it and try to get it as far as we can while we have time to do it. So here we go. That's looking good. Okay, now we're gonna we'll do our picture box molding. So we gotta take our measurements for that. So we're gonna just use this as our spacer because it's about the right width. It's just like 3.5 to 4 inches. So this is gonna be our spacer. And this is how we're gonna draw the outside of our picture box molding. So this is the outer part of our picture box molding, which could get tricky right here, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna go get miter shears. I think I can cut this with miter shears. So we're gonna put this outlet cover on for many reasons, to see like what the situation here is, and also if we need to cut out any of the picture box molding. This will tell us. So, oh, stop you guys. It totally covers it up. Yeah, we got so lucky on that. We've got a little secret.
Oh, nothing makes sense. Oh, nothing.
So 2 to 4, I think we're gonna have to notch out. So it's gonna have to be boom. So I'm just gonna jigsaw that out.
Time goes by again, and I'm running out. You're right.
Okay, let's hope that works. If not, we can always come back out here. And so now we can Make sure that this side is lined up and that side lined up. Okay, now it's time to putty and caulk. We're good.
That's why I wanna spend my life with you. I wanna grow old with you. 'Cause nobody loves you like I do.
That looks really good, other than this issue right here. This was a scrap piece and so it was crooked. So once we put in this piece of masonite here, then I'll probably take Bondo and fill that crack. If I had more time, I would go ahead and prime and paint this, but I know they have other projects that they need to get to. So we're gonna just stop right here and then we'll paint after, which is not ideal, but we'll cover up the new toilet really well. So there you go.
Still, what I'm saying, I'm letting you know my heart's on the edge. 'Cause I wanna spend my life with you. I wanna grow old with you. Yeah, nobody loves you.
It's installed and I think my handyman caulked it, so I'm gonna let that set up before I do anything because I think it's like sloped or something's off there, so that's why they did
This
that.
feeling, haven't felt for so long. Took a hold of me and won't let go. I've been sleeping, caught me off my guard. 'Cause you're in my space and now I'm so.
I also want to try to do a score and snap. I lost my helper for a minute and it's a good opportunity to just take like a utility knife, cut, and then try to snap it. And hopefully that works okay.
Only a shot away from me to be my everything. 'Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Shot away.
Oh, that doesn't look good at all. I'm gonna have to clean it up on the table saw. That doesn't look very good.
Won't let you touch me, won't let you go to my head. 'Cause I know I'm dealing with the devil. But I'm standing with my heart in your head.
So any gaps can be caulked in, but that was a tricky corner and we've done really well.
Fight it, my head's underwater. I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't
So we're not gonna do this side right now because first we're gonna remove the toilet paper holder and then we're gonna make a bigger toilet paper thing. Hopefully I can inset it in the studs and make it so that we can have 2 toilet paper holders maybe and then a backstock that's inset in between the studs. That's what I'm hoping for. First we're gonna do the picture box molding here and then caulk and putty it and make it look really nice. I'm gonna gonna call it a night because I've run out of trim and I don't really want to go to the store. So we're gonna wait till tomorrow. We'll get some more trim and start our little toilet paper project on this side. And yeah, we're doing good. Okay, so I'm recording on my phone because it's kind of a tight space. So if the audio is not as good, that is why, because I just didn't connect a microphone to it. I probably should have. Also, I haven't done this section yet because we need to remove this and we're gonna do something in lieu of it. And before I run to the store and get all of the supplies that I need, I figure we need to take care of this to see if we need to get some additional supplies. So what we're gonna do is we are going to take a razor blade. I hate these things. These are so ugly and these have been like the bane of my existence since I moved to Florida. These, as well as like the towel bars, are literally in every house. I don't know what it is. They are so ugly. And then you have to damage the drywall to remove them. It's not like you can switch them out. It's like a whole ordeal. So I don't know why builders do it. I'm assuming it's a cost thing. They're awful. These are awful. I hate them.
So ugly.
So it's gonna go. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and use this to cut through this, the drywall thing. And maybe we can give ourselves some leverage.
Was it a rainbow falling? Was it a rainbow falling? When I touch you.
Here we go. See what I mean? Okay, so you can see that this is hollow behind. My vanity cabinet's actually on the other side. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna try to, I brought these. These are like little project craft boards that I've had in my stash. And I figure if we can maybe make something in between the studs that does like 2 rolls of toilet paper side by side. I don't even know if this is gonna be wide enough for that. Oh yeah, something like that. So side by side double rolls. Now, in the past, I've just patched all these holes and I'm like, you know what? Rather than patch the hole, let's make a bigger hole and make it functional. So we might as well make use of the existing hole. So yeah, we're gonna cut over to this stud right here. And then once we kind of know where we're at, we're gonna, we'll figure out how we want it to go down here. So if it goes to here, I think we go like, make sure this is level. We go something like, so this is the opening that I'm gonna aim for, because then we can do roll of toilet paper, cabinet door to have like extra rolls of toilet paper, maybe some wipes, things like that. I just thought this would be a better use of the space. And then we are doing the wainscoting all the way over here, so we'll paint it all the same color and it will kind of just disappear. Okay, so.
And I've been calling.
Now we can use this for like paint matching in the future. It's like a little sample, so that's kind of handy. And then we can just cut. Should I get an oscillating tool? This would certainly go much faster. That's what I'm gonna do. Why use arm power when we can cut it? Go stud to stud. And I've got a little carried away with the drywall on this side, but I think it's gonna be okay because we'll just cover all the rough edges with some trim. So it's not gonna be the end of the world. And let's see how that fits in. You know, here's a thought. This is drywall, or I think it's drywall, and it's pretty smooth. So maybe we can just clean that up and use that as the back and not even use anything. This might not work for the door anymore, but that's okay. We'll just get something I just think it's gonna be more sturdy and make more sense for us to go stud to stud. What do you think? Did I make the right call? All right, let's clean up this mess. And I am happy with this call. What do you think? Did I make the right call? Let's find out. So I just remembered that I ordered some cabinet samples a couple of months ago for my laundry room, which I still want to do, by the way. I'm working out some details. I got my new washer and dryer. It's going to be happening hopefully pretty soon. But I remembered I got these cabinet samples and I was like, what if they worked? Check this out. That fits just like this, but I feel like once I have like wood and trim and everything in there, that will be like literally the perfect size, and it still leaves a slot open for the two side-by-side toilet paper holders. And then I'm thinking that we need to just build out like a whole frame. So I'll take like some, I'm thinking it's like 1x4s. I'm determined to make the cabinet door work because it's professionally made. I don't have to make it, and I think that we can make it work. What do you think? And I got the cabinet sample on sale for $5, so you can't beat that. And P.S. this just so happens to be the exact color of my trim. And I've been debating back and forth whether I keep the trim color for my wainscoting in here or if I make the wall color the wainscoting color. So I don't know if this is gonna sway me in doing it the trim color, because then I don't have to paint this. But I could still paint it. I mean, it's not the end of the world. But while I was sitting here contemplating, I decided a different way to do this. And what we're gonna do is we are gonna build the entire cabinet out. So including trim and everything. So all we need to do is slide it in and then maybe shoot some nails in the sides or even screws to kind of hold it into place. And just have it completely ready to go, slide in, cover up the drywall, rough corners and all of that. I think that will be like the best way to do this. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, and before I slide it in, I think I'm gonna also do at least the masonite behind it so that when we slide it in, it will be fully trimmed out. And then the only thing that we would need to do afterwards is the picture box molding. So what do you think? I think this is a good plan. Let's do it. So this trip is to Lowe's because that's where my picture box molding is at. So we're gonna go in, grab the supplies that we need for the toilet paper cabinet thing, and then some picture box molding and just a few of like the trim pieces that we need to finish our project. So let's go shopping. This is usually where I enter. Okay, this is what I'm thinking about for the face frame. It's like a 1x2, so it will add actually some depth. This will just go on the front, and we'll need, I think just two. We could get away with just two of these, I believe, to get what we need done. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I think for the interior part, I'm just gonna get some 1x6, which is actually 5.5. And then I'll table saw it to the right depth of 4 inches because a 1x4 is actually 3.5, and that's not quite deep enough. So we're gonna do this and cut it down. And I may actually also use this for the face framing. It just kind of depends. I wanna get that stuff because I feel like it's nice and consistent, but it would be cool to save money by using the cutoff. I just don't know if it's gonna be wide enough. So that's what we're doing. Okay, now we need to go and find our picture box molding and masonite. I just noticed this primed board. That would be helpful. So these are much smoother. They're pre-primed and pretty much the same price. So I'm gonna go with this. Back these go. Okay, this one for $8.58 right here. It's This right here, this is my picture box molding trim that I've been using pretty much everywhere, so we're gonna get a bunch of this. Okay, I got so much of that because I have several other projects coming up, and why not grab it while I'm here? I feel like this is looking really cool. Can you believe this was a sample door? It's perfect. So now I'm looking at this and I'm trying to place these, but here's the problem. I feel like there's too much space here and too much space here. We also might run into the same issue here, but we are going to be doing a face framing. So I think we can fake it by adding another piece on top of this one and right here, because then once we put that in, it's going to look a lot better. And then in the center, we can double up as well, or leave a gap for like maybe some kind of room spray or something like that. So we're going to just be using this as kind of a guide, and then we'll need to drill a hole for our little toilet paper holder part. So we're going to cut down 2 more of these, glue them and nail them into place. So I'll nail it from the top here and from the bottom so that there's no nail holes that need to be filled right here, if that makes sense. So the other issue is fitting our nail gun won't be an issue as well. So before we do that though, we might want to cut all of our pieces. We'll see. I may want to build out this center part and then slide this in and then attach it. I know it's kind of complicated, but it's really not that complicated. It just sounds more complicated than it is. So we need to drill some holes for the toilet paper holder to stick into. And so we are going to be using a 3/8 wood boring bit. But first we need to find center. So we're going to do kind of like the crisscross applesauce version. Okay, X marks the spot. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna clamp this into place. Make sure everything is lined up. We're gonna drill all the way through, and then we're gonna use these as templates for the sides. So we've got these, and we're gonna mark center. Okay. All right, so we're gonna line it up. We don't wanna go all the way through, just enough to, that's a little snug, so we might need to, okay. And that's perfect. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So we're gonna set this aside and we're gonna put together this middle section and then slide it in, because I think that's gonna be the easiest. So here we go. Move this out of the way. We're doing good. I'm really happy with how this is going. We're gonna make our little toilet paper box area. Okay, so that's 12 1/4. So half of 12 1/4 would be 6 1/8. Okay, And then we're going to mark that so we know where to line up our boards. So we need to do the ugly sides out and the smooth sides in. So that's a smooth side, that's an ugly side. We'll add wood glue everywhere just to make it nice and good, strong. Okay, so that's what we got going. Okay, now we're gonna put this on the inside of our cabinet. And we'll make sure that the toilet paper thing will work like I hope it will. We're gonna add some wood glue on either side. I might have to get a rubber mallet. First of all, let's make sure this works and fits. Ooh, okay. Let's make sure the toilet paper fits. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. Okay, so we can take that out. And I know this looks uneven. It's a little uneven, but that's okay. We're gonna clamp it and nail it. So then we'll cover it with face framing. Now we're going to trim out the outside. And I am wondering if I shouldn't do a 1x3 or if I should stick with my 1x2 that I bought. We are going to miter the edges, and so what we need to do is measure inside corners. So from here to there is 21 3/4 inch. And then we'll miter all of the outside corners, and then for here and here, we'll just do some straight cuts to kind of cover this ugly. And then we've got our, basically what we need. However, we might want to cut a backing. We'll see how it goes. Time to install these, and it might not be perfect, but we can always fix that with caulk and putty. We do want to use wood glue always, so we'll start with this outside. Okay, now we just need to cut these pieces and then we're pretty much done with this. Oh, maybe a backing. We'll see. Okay, we need to measure. I think this is going to be 12 1/4 again. Okay, these ones will just be straight cuts, and this one's a little bigger. I don't know why. 12 3/8. We're going to do it though. Okay, we're gonna see if this works, because I wanted about 13 1/2 width, and I found this scrap piece that is 13, and I think we can make it work. We'll only be able to like nail it on the top and bottom, which is fine because the pressure of it being on the back will be just fine. So what I think I will do is just make a mark with a pencil and then cut it just shy of that. Okay. We'll save this for something. All right, we are going to just center this as much as possible. Hope we got our measurements right. And we are gonna just nail this into place. All right, I hope we did a good job. Let's turn it over. Oh yeah. And we can caulk and putty this, but before we do that, I want to make sure that
We didn't totally screw up.
doesn't that look good? That's gonna be awesome. Hopefully we did our measurements good, because I didn't really come in and check. That was probably not smart.
This is where things started to go wrong.
Oh dear. Oh dear, no, 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 no. Oh my gosh. I'm an idiot. Never do this. I could have sworn I did this right. Oh my heck, I'm so irritated right now. Okay. I think that's a good cliffhanger. Just like that much too big. And it's completely finished. What was I thinking? So silly. I should have, once I built like the initial frame, come in here and measure, but I was so confident in my measurements. So there's a good lesson for you. So, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and you'll have to stay tuned for part 2 to see what I do. Yeah. Oh dear.